One thing I've been noticing, and it aggravates the living daylights out of me, is when you're watching these reviews and everybody sticks to the exact same script. I swear to God, I feel like there's some kind of a review repository and you sign up and it tells you these are the talking points and this is what you should talk about, and every single review is almost exactly the same. Now, there are a couple of guys that really know their stuff and they do it properly, but for a majority of the people, I feel like they were reviewing Apple Watches the day before and then they got into a GTR the next day or whatever else. And it's almost, like I said, a verbatim, the exact same thing. So stuff like, oh, it's a dinosaur, why would you want to buy this car? And it's not just the GTR. I mean, every single vehicle that I've looked at, as long as something hasn't changed in a few years, boom, instantaneously a dinosaur. So I just feel like there's so many people that want to get into the game of reviewing cars, but have absolutely no place in it. As soon as I see someone that gets into it and then starts complaining that the vehicle comes in a manual transmission, instantly that person is blocked on my YouTube channel. And to be honest, it's not that it's aggravating me that they're saying that, it's just that they're pretending that they're car people. But like I said, well, I would classify them as tech people, because majority of the time, everything that they're reviewing is, look how massive the screen is, look at the gauge cluster, it's all digital, look at this pop-up display, stuff that I absolutely could care less about. So yeah, it really got me when I started looking up GTR reviews, and I mean, in all honesty, I wanted to see issues with the cars, so that I can jump ahead of it, or just overall driving experience and what are people feeling. And like I said, every single time you get into one of those reviews, it all heads down the same path. It's, this car came out this year, and for the past 20 years Nissan hasn't done anything to this vehicle, and it's a complete dinosaur. Look at the gauge cluster, it doesn't even have CarPlay. And none of them know the history of any of the vehicles except some of the main talking points, right? So they'll say, oh, this is how Godzilla got its name, and XYZ, this is what year R32 came out, this is the year that R33 came out, the R34 came out, and the R34 is about to be illegal in the United States, and blah, 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 right? So anyways, beside this just being a flat-out rant on these individuals, I'm kind of hoping that we get some true car enthusiasts back into this, where they can say, hey, I love that the GTR stayed the exact same, and I hope that it continues staying the exact same. Because if you look at the process, if you look at the history, if you look at how it's being built, and you see that every single year it's tweaked ever so slightly to improve aerodynamics, to improve engine performance, to improve this, that, the overall driving experience, then you kind of see, okay, this is the car for me. To be honest, when Nissan decided to bring back and start producing the RB26 engine again, brand new, I kind of understood that these guys got it. Now, yeah, ridiculously overpriced, right? $50,000 for it, but who cares? Honestly, that's all that matters. I've always said it, and I do wish that some manufacturer actually listens. For whatever reason, I do like a lot of the Nissan cars, but I hope that they would just do some basic kind of updates to a vehicle and bring some of their old vehicles back. Like, for example, imagine Nissan reintroducing the S13. I would definitely buy that car. I mean, the only thing that car really needs, slightly updated interior. I mean, nothing too crazy. Some different wheels on it, slight tweaks to the body. Pretty much perfect. The car community would go insane. So what I do hope is that a lot of these guys just go back and review tech, because those kind of videos do sway manufacturer kind of output on life, and they do think that they need to put 14 computers and artificially injected scents and heated seats that you have to pay on a subscription for, and of course getting rid of the manual transmission. I don't know, how do you guys feel about it?